Hi party people, welcome! These pics are from when Naima first got her big girl bedroom makeover. We turned her crib into a toddler bed, gave her a princess closet, a wall she could color on. It was cute, fun, and perfect for playing dress up and karaoke dance parties. The problem was, this room became a nightmare. What was great for a toddler was no good for an 8-year-old. Since she outgrew the bed a long time ago, she hasn't slept in her own room in years. Her birthday was coming up and I was updating her room anyway, so I went ahead and built her a new bed at the same time. By building her bed from scratch instead of buying her a new one, we saved so much money and so much time. You wouldn't still be watching if you weren't interested in finding out how I did this, so let's get started. I wanted to get an idea of how I wanted everything to look at the end of this because once the bed was in position, I wasn't going to be able to move it. So the first thing I had to do was clear her room out. So removed all the beds, picked up all the toys, picked up all the stuff off of her floor, picked up all her clothes, picked up all the blankets, and vacuumed. Once I had vacuumed the area where her new bed would be, I started bringing in the case organizers that would be the foundation of the bed. These were originally $60 a piece, but they were on sale for $30, so we bought 4 of them, 2 for each side of the bed. To save time, hubby already built the organizers off camera.
Oh, it's nice.
You say it. Y'all look how kids do you when they don't think you're looking. I removed the dollhouse and arranged the other 2 organizers where I wanted them to be positioned in the room. I wanted them positioned so that the finished sides faced the door so it could be seen from anywhere in the room, and the unfinished side faced the window where no one could see it at all. Eventually, I'll cover the unfinished sides with a white strip to match the rest of the case, but as I said, no one can see it from this position, so it doesn't really matter. I laid the plywood sheet on top of the cases so they'd all be situated under the board in a way that I left like a free edge between the organizers and the plywood. Just enough space so they have a little bit of a lip. I used wire nails to secure the plywood board to the bookcases underneath because if I'd used screws, I might have run the risk of splitting both sets of wood. I used the pin to mark where the nails needed to go to line up with the spines of the case organizers underneath. So this is what I had at this point. I've gone around the whole left, front, and side of the perimeter of the bed, but I wasn't able to get to the back yet, or the side that was touching or facing the window. I needed to scoot the bed out for that. After securing the board to the whole 3/4 of the perimeter, I noticed that when I tried to pull or push the whole unit to put it back on the wall or pull it out to get deeper into the wall, the back 2 cases on the wall window side, they wanted to tilt instead of slide. Hubby suggested that I simply put more nails around the perimeter, so I used 2 methods to do that. I used a tape measure to measure the space between the nails that were already there so that I'd know where to put new nails because it's very easy to hammer through the board without connecting to the bookcase, to the cube organizer underneath. The space between those nails were 12 inches down and 12 inches across, so I knew I had to stay within those perimeters to nail the sheet to the case edges further under the bed. I used the plywood tread marks to help me stay in line with where I wanted to put a nail so it will secure to the interior spine of the organizers. I'm making sure to stay in line because veering away from the line could mean placing a nail where the cubby bin should fit, and we don't want our little girl getting scratched by a random misplaced nail. So once I've got the organizer perimeter secured, I put the bed back into position I want it to be for her room, 1 inch at a time. Because the bed is more secure, but I don't want to bend the wood too far and ruin it. Because it is wood, not rubber. Now it's in place and we put the mattress on top of the bed we've made. I don't know what's wrong with his shirt, but I will say it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're tired, but we're still going because we want her to see her new room as soon as she wakes up. So I make her bed and fill her cubbies. The cubbies came from Walmart for about $15 for a pack of 4, and we got 2 packs. These 4 organizers hold 6 cubes apiece, so that's 24 cubes she can use for space saving and storing. We put all her doll stuff, wigs, books, Barbies, pajamas, hair accessories, hats, all her dress up stuff and her makeup and pretend stuff. We put all those in those 8 baskets that we bought and found an extra basket that we had elsewhere in the house that also matched the new direction of her room. And she still has 15 empty cubby spaces to put cloth baskets in as time goes on. So she won't need a dress or anything. She can put her school clothes in there, put everything in there in the cubbies that don't need to be hung up in the closet. So we saved some space there. Her room doesn't have a ceiling lamp, and the floor lamp doesn't really match the rest of the room. So I got these string lights from Big Lots. They were on sale, I don't remember for how much, but normally they are about $10 each. So I got 2 of those and hung those along the tops of her windows and let them drape down in the corner for accent lighting. And voila, here's the finished look. I didn't record her seeing her room or her room reveal because I knew she'd cry and I didn't want her to be embarrassed on these internets. But she did love her new room and she loved her new bed and she did cry happy tears. I finished this room 6 months ago and she slept in her own bed every night ever since. We wound up saving hundreds of dollars with me making this bed myself, because between the globe lights, which were $9.99 for two, the plywood sheet, which was $13, the baskets, which were $15 a piece, and we got two sets. The comforter set was $40. The Moana sheet set was $25. The cube organizers were 4 for $130. So this room makeover and DIY bed cost about $250, and we got to tailor it to our liking. But if we had bought a storage bed, it would have cost between $500 and $2,400. So we all made out. You know, who doesn't like to save money? Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep in touch. See you next time.